When I was younger, my dad used to always watch Def Jam poetry. And I remember I used to sit with him and watch it also. And I just remember getting this feeling about the way they were speaking. And I always thought to myself, if I was a writer, or if I could be a writer, I would want to be a writer like them. I would want to write in a way that touched people, I guess in a dramatic way. Because usually when you hear poets reading their own work, or whenever you hear someone else reading another poet's work, it's very mellow. Like, it's very straight to the point, cute, pretty even. And I never really wanted my poetry to be that way. Like, I wanted you to be able to feel it beyond just, oh, I write about love, or oh, I write about relationships or the tragedies that I've been through. I want you to be able to say, oh, I've been there too. So I started out doing music, and I felt like it wasn't personal enough because I was writing for other people. And so I stopped doing music and I went back to school because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And at this point, I had stopped writing music, but I wasn't writing for myself. So I didn't know where I could go because I can't sing. I'm not very musically talented. So I was like, okay, what can I do to write for myself, but to also be able to get this on a bigger platform, to be able to actually reach people, connect with people, touch people. So it took me 2 years after I stopped doing music to go back to school, to try many different fields. I thought I wanted to be a therapist. I thought I wanted to be a teacher. And then one day I was having a conversation with my dad, and he was like, you know, you've been in community college for 2 years now. Like, you should be moving on now. And I just remember telling him, like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, I don't want to be in school anymore. And he said, well, that's unacceptable. And I said, yeah, but there's nothing there for me. He at no point was like, yes, that's a good idea, or was supportive at all. But I decided I just wouldn't go to school anymore. So as they're at work, I'm at home trying to figure out, like, what's next? What do I do? What can I do without having to go to school that I can create into like my success story? So it took me about a week, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna write a book. And I had nothing written, literally. Like, at this point, I wasn't writing poetry yet. I wasn't doing anything, but I always was constantly on YouTube listening to other poets. Once I decided, I was like, I'm gonna write a book, I went on YouTube, I did research, I did like hours and hours and hours sitting in front of my computer for maybe like 4 days. And finally on that 4th day, I was like, I'm just gonna be a spoken word poet. And I don't remember feeling any fear. I don't remember thinking to myself, but what if I don't make any money? I don't remember feeling any sort of guilt for like dropping out without telling my parents even, because I felt like I knew that it would work regardless. So I started writing, and it took me about 3.5 weeks to start and complete I Love My Love. So I'm definitely proud that I stuck to it and can be a voice for people who aren't able to share their stories, who've come to me and said, hey, like, I have the same exact story. I wish I could have had the time to get it out, but I'm so glad that you were able to do it for me. So yeah.